In this video, I'm going to show you how you can manipulate data to get different data points. For example, minimum value, maximum value, averages, and so on. So let's get straight into it. So for any cricket fans out there, I've used an example of Virat Kohli's performances in the 2020 format, and these are some of his innings that he's played. And based on this data, I want different pieces of information. The first thing I want is the lowest amount of runs scored. In other words, the minimum value. And that is very easy to do. So all you need to do is press equals, then minimum, so min, open bracket, and then select your data range, and then press enter. And as you can see, the lowest value or the lowest amount of runs scored is 0 on 6th of September against Sri Lanka, and that will give you the value there. In a similar way, if you want to know the maximum value, then all you need to do is press equals, max, open bracket, and then select your data range and press enter. And that will give you the maximum value in your data range, which was 122 against Afghanistan. And for those cricket lovers, they will know that this century came after a very long time. But as they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. The third thing you can do is understand the average across your data, and that is very simple to do. You just press equals, type in average, open bracket, select your data range, and press enter. As you can see, the batting average of Virat was 41.67 across these different innings, and that actually is a very good average considering the 2020 format. Now let's say we want to understand how many times has Virat scored more than 30 runs. In order to do that, we need to use the Countif formula, which is simply equals, then press count if. What this formula is doing, it's counting if a certain scenario is met. So in this instance, what we want to do is we want to press equals count if, then open bracket. And Excel will ask you for your range. So what is your data range? So in this example, it's all the innings scored or runs scored by Virat. Then we want to press comma. Then Excel is asking you for your criteria. So what is your criteria in this formula? Our criteria is the following. We want to understand how many times Virat has scored more than 30 runs. So to do that, we need to press the speech sign, then press the greater symbol, then 30, then close the speech sign, and then close the bracket, then press enter. As you can see, there's been 8 innings where Virat has scored more than 30 runs, and we can manually check this across our data. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's been 8 times where Virat has scored more than 30 runs in the 2020 format across these different games. Finally, if you want to understand what is the total number of runs scored, that is very simple. All you need to do is press equals, sum, open bracket, select your data range, and press enter. So across all these different innings, the total number of runs scored is 625 by Mr. Kohli himself. Another way to visually represent your data is by using conditional formatting. So what you can do is you can select your data range, go on home, and then conditional formatting, color scales, and select one of the colors. What this will do, this will change the color based on the highest to lowest value. So the highest value being 122, which is in dark green, and the lowest value being 0, which is in dark red. So again, this is a quick way to see your data in terms of highest to lowest value if you don't want to use any formulas within your Excel. And that was a video, guys. If you'd like to see more educational content delivered in a fun and engaging way, then hit the subscribe button and like this video so it reaches more people. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.